Welcome to the Child Care Director's Chair, the podcast for bold educators who are ready to lead, grow, and shake things up in early childhood education. Whether you're a teacher eyeing that lead role, a lead stepping into leadership, or a center owner dreaming big, this is your space to grow with purpose and leave your mark. Hosted by heart-centered leadership coach Erica Sacoccio, each episode brings you real talk, actionable tools, and a contagious laugh or two, all designed to help you step into your next level with confidence. So pour your coffee, pop in those earbuds, and take your seat, because your leadership journey starts right now in the Child Care Director's Chair.
Hey guys, it's Erica here. I am so excited. It's the end of 2025. We're heading into 2026. And honestly, I don't know how 2026 is going to top this last year. This year has been incredible. And honestly, I have to tell you, a lot of that is because of all of you. I have met so many wonderful people through conferences, through being on other podcasts, through coaching, through online. And I can't even tell you the number of things that I have done and clicked off my bucket list this year. And I just have to say thank you. I know I'm rambling on, but as we get reflective, as we so often do at the end of the year, I have to say thanks. And the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this episode short so that you have an opportunity to go and binge on some of the episodes you didn't get to catch, or listen to a few of the ones that were your favorite, because as we move into 2026, these episodes are going to get hotter, they're going to get faster, and we're just going to keep bringing the best of the best on this podcast. So you might not be able to go back. So do it today. Take a few minutes, look at your favorite episodes, and set yourself up for success in 2026. All right. So yesterday's episode, we talked about the language of leadership and how the words you choose shape trust, culture, and confidence. But today, I want to take this conversation one level higher. Because here's the truth. Many leaders don't realize until much later in their careers that people don't just listen to what you say. They respond to who you are while you're saying it. You can use all the right leadership language. You can say all the correct phrases. You can communicate expectations clearly. You can even be consistent. But if your presence isn't grounded, your leadership still won't land the way you hope it will. If you've ever walked into a room and felt tension without anyone saying a word, or if you've ever known someone who was unsure even though they sounded confident, that's leadership presence, or the lack of it. Today, we're talking about leadership presence, what it really looks like, what it looks like in action, and how to develop it so your leadership carries weight without force and influence, without intimidation. Now, leadership presence is not about being loud or charismatic or commanding attention the moment you walk in a room. It's not about personality or performance. Leadership presence is about embodied confidence, emotional steadiness, and alignment. It's that calm certainty people feel when you speak. It's the consistency between your words, energy, and actions. It's how safe, clear, and stable others feel around you, especially during stress. And in early childhood education leadership, presence matters even more because we work in a field that's built on trust, relationships, and emotional regulation. And your team doesn't just look to you for answers. They look to you to set the emotional tone. And whether you realize it or not, you are doing that every single day. Now, leadership presence starts with internal regulation. Before leadership presents, shows up externally, it begins internally. Leaders who feel scattered, overwhelmed, or consistently reactive often struggle with presence, not because they don't care, but because they are operating in survival mode. Presence requires space to think, space to respond instead of reacting, space to slow down before engaging. When leaders don't regulate themselves, their teams feel it immediately. Decisions feel rushed, communication feels sharp or inconsistent, and that trust begins to erode. Developing leadership presence means learning to ground yourself before you lead others. This can be as simple as pausing before difficult conversations or preparing intentional for your meetings, being intentional, or giving yourself permission to sit with the decision instead of rushing to explain it away. Calm leaders create calm teams. Now, presence is built through alignment, not perfection. Many leaders believe they need to have everything figured out to be taken seriously. But leadership presence is not about having all the answers. It's about being aligned. And alignment means your values, decisions, and behaviors match. It means you don't say one thing and then model something else. It means your expectations don't shift based on who you're talking to or how uncomfortable the conversation feels. When leaders are aligned, their presence feels steady and trustworthy. People don't question where they stand because the message doesn't change. The consistency builds credibility far more than perfection ever could. And it's okay to say, I don't have all the answers yet. What matters is that when you do speak, it comes from clarity and intention, not fear or pressure. Leadership presence means you don't over-explain or over-defend. One of the quickest ways leaders lose presence is by over-explaining themselves. Over-explaining often comes from self-doubt or the need to be understood and liked. But the more leaders justify every decision, the less confidence their words carry. Leadership presence sounds grounded and concise. It doesn't rush to defend itself. It doesn't seek approval mid-sentence. It trusts that not everyone needs to agree for the decision to stand. It doesn't mean leaders stop listening or collaborating. It means they stop negotiating their authority away through excessive explaining. Presence allows leaders to state a decision, explain it once with intention, and then trust it to land. Now, presence is felt most in hard times and in the hard moments. Anyone can sound confident when things are going well. Leadership presence is revealed in moments of conflict, transition, and stress. How do you show up when someone is upset? How do you hold boundaries when emotions are high? And how do you lead when you don't have a clear roadmap yet? Presence in the hard moments doesn't mean shutting down emotionally. It means staying anchored. Leaders who maintain presence during discomfort teach their teams how to respond to challenges without panic or avoidance. And these moments are where culture is actually built. So I want you to reflect honestly for a moment. When you walk into a room, what do people feel? Do they feel urgency? Do they feel anxiety? Do they feel calm? Do they feel confidence? Because leadership isn't just what you do. It's what people experience around you. And that experience shapes everything from morale to retention to trust. If you're listening to this and realizing that you don't just want to communicate better, that you want to lead differently, well, this is your invitation. Leadership presence isn't developed in isolation. It grows when leaders put themselves in rooms where reflection, challenge, and growth are encouraged. And that's exactly why the Early Education Empowerment Conference exists, happening on May 7th, 8th, and 9th in beautiful Warwick, Rhode Island. This conference is about more than professional development. It's about stepping off the hamster wheel and into intentional leadership. And throughout the entire month of January, we're offering a buy one, get one free ticket option. So you can bring someone else along the side of you. Tickets are just $2.99 for 3 full days. We want to make sure that everybody has access to this conference. Through the support of our sponsors, we've really been able to make it affordable. And if you're flying in, you're welcome to come through one of the best rated airports in the country. And we're going to welcome you to a community that truly feels like coming home. Leadership presence isn't something you put on. It's something you practice. It's something you become. And as you move into 2026, the question isn't just how you'll lead, but who you'll be while you're doing it. And I hope this episode gives you something to reflect on. And I hope to see you in Warwick this May. So that's it for today. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have some time to make yourself a cup of tea or coffee, or even just some infused water. Get a blanket, curl up, listen to a couple good podcasts. Not only the Child Care Director's Chair, but there are so many out there. If you haven't plugged into Keith and Carrie at Child Care Conversations, that's a great one. The Everything ECE podcast with Carla Ward, that's another one. For my friends in school age, Beyond the Bell with Jamie Wagner is another great one. There's so many wonderful ECE podcasts out there. Check them out. Check them out and make 2026 the best year in your leadership career.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Child Care Director's Chair, where we believe leaders aren't born, they're grown. If something sparked for you today, share it, shout it out, or pass it along to the next bold changemaker in childcare. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and stay connected with Erica Sakosio for more real talk leadership tools and a whole lot of inspiration. Until next time, lead with heart, grow with fire, and always remember, the chair is yours. Now own it.